Hello. Hello, and welcome to Starspace Presents.
Hey,
I am Toad.
Toad?
Welcome back to part 4 of my mini-series, Hellfire CD Goodies. Parts 1 through 3 are on this channel, and I'm kind of thinking I should wrap things up and move on because, like being out in deep space between star systems, sometimes exciting things just don't necessarily happen.
Toad?
And I think I have already shown you most of what this disc has to offer. But I will do my best to keep things exciting and entertaining somehow, in the hopes that you will click like and subscribe and help elevate this show and this channel.
Hey, Toad.
Let's take a look at the final bonus remnants of the contents included with the Diablo expansion Hellfire CD.
Oh, no.
There are 2 more interviews to show you. I'll put something in between them. Let's find out what Kelly Bailey, Music Sound Effects, has to say.
Yeah, I'm responsible for doing the...
Drugs. Just kidding. I too am fried out from a former life.
Sound effects, so basically everything that you hear coming out is...
I'm only joking, Kelly. It was an easy joke to make because of your rock and roll gamer guitar hero look.
Speaker is kind of my fault. Then I also do the music and then some of the sound programming, which is the digital signal processing algorithms. We've sort of made a lot of effort to make the sounds as realistic as we can. You'll hear the grunts are they're hiding in this warehouse, and you're completely outnumbered. There's no way you can really win.
Good to know.
And you'll hear them talking to each other on the radios. They'll sort of do things like throw grenades at you, which will bounce around, and when they're shooting at you, as they inevitably do, you'll hear gun sounds that change very subtly. They have sort of shells that are ejecting out of the guns, and if you hit them, they're sort of talking at you and, well, sort of insulting you and doing things like that.
Those monsters! Who would do such a thing?
Just the fact that there's really a lot going on at once in terms of some pretty nice cutting-edge graphics, so there's a real realism to the world. When you combine that with some fairly complex sound effects and some really interesting monster behaviors, I just hope that people really sort of get sucked into the game, so that
like Tron?
Sort of this living,
I really liked Tron 1.
And if you sort of play this game on a giant monitor, you can kind of get scared.
Thanks, Kelly Bailey. Let's move over to Shivers 2 and catch this news clip. Unfortunately, like the Lords of Magic movie from episode 2, this computer hated the audio. At this point, I blame Sierra. It's still cool to see, though. I hope you agree. UK Kraut Gaming pointed out to me that YouTube celebrity Metal Jesus Rocks is in Shivers 2. Thank you, Andy. I'm certain if I ever have an audience, they will enjoy that trivia. We have one last Half-Life interview, this time with Ken Birdwell, Skeletal Animation Artificial Intelligence.
I primarily write the animation system, work on the tools exporting of the animations, and other various little engine tweaks now and again.
No relation as far as I know. You were thinking it too, weren't you? Kinda sounds like him too.
The main advantage with going with a skeletal animation system is primarily memory savings. If you were to store all the vertices and all of the different frames of animation, you'd end up eating like half a megabyte of memory and only have a few seconds worth of animation. But if you store all the bone information, and just how all the bones twist and stretch, it ends up being a couple hundred bytes per frame. That way we can get 30, 40 seconds worth of animation per monster in a couple hundred K, which is a major memory savings. One interesting side effect is that the bones and the skin on top of them are completely disconnected. So
mine are too.
I can take the same animation, the same motion, as you see with the bones, and put a different skin on top of it. Change the heads, change the textures, change out any body part, put a gun on the hand. When the monster plays their animation, the gun automatically moves as the hand did because we store all of the fundamental animation of the character, which is the bones. A big goal was making it so that the animators would get exactly what they saw in 3D Studio in the game with as little loss as possible. In fact, there isn't any loss. We use all of the normal 3D Studio techniques of smoothing groups and blending and so on and so forth. Those all export, saved into a file, they go into the game, and they play back unmodified, which greatly simplifies their task. Steve's AI system is just, at times, unbelievable. I walk into a room with 3 or 4 monsters in there who don't have weapons more powerful than me, but they outflank me and I die. And it's just like, that's finally refreshing of not going into a game and completely devastating all their monsters who just act like, ducks in a shooting gallery. Going in and having a virtual squad with you to help you clean out the monsters, things you save, scientists to help you work equipment. Finally, it's not just you alone in the game, it's you with lots of other characters interacting in a
careful with that.
Almost a little virtual movie.
Thank you, Ken Birdwell. Back to Shivers 2 for that hidden song clip I mentioned in the last episode. All content presented for the purpose of review. My review for the song in question is meh. Keep your eyes peeled for a young Metal Jesus Rocks in the slideshow.
1 + 1 is 2. 2 + 2 before it's too late. I've heard three's a crowd, so just in case I draw my funky Ford. On the stage, I've got 5 o'clock shadow and 6-string hands. I may not be a winner, got a spring in my jam, cause someone made to stand, but I keep noticing 10 little Indians fall. 10 little Indians fall. 10 little Indians fall. 10 little Indians fall.
Set 'em up just to knock them down. You may think you're too cool for words. Get it right just to see it's wrong. You think you can go hard like this,
But let me spell it out. Let me spell it out. Let me spell it. Let me spell it out.
I think that's all for Shivers 2. Anything else hidden around here? Easter eggs? Behind this little door that says war? No? Can I click this eyeball? No? The spider? No? I think that's everything. This has been Hellfire CD Goodies on Starspace Presents. I am Toad. This was part 4. Parts 1 through 3 are on this channel. Join us next time as we set out to play some Dungeons and Dragons and actually try out the demo game provided, Birthright, before moving on to Hellfire itself, as well as other things. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed my content theft, please click the like button, consider subscribing for more content, and be sure to click that bell icon so you will ever even know more content has arrived. Check out my channel for all kinds of insanity that you can share on your own social media, because it's all about you here at Starspace Presents. You are the center of the universe, the sun that warms the earth, and the moon that shines in the night. Join us next time for the exciting conclusion of this mini-series. Finally, here is Scully with something stupid he did. Kind of creative, I guess, but very, very stupid.
So, yeah, before these get recycled, thought I'd get a little use out of them for a video. They are a small house coffee can and a large house coffee can. It's made of plastic. Has a little handle. Bad Bongo Theater.